But the potential is huge. It's a potentially life-changing licence for the island of Jamaica. The size and scale and value is truly mind-blowing. This project could be potentially 7 billion barrels of recoverable oil. It could potentially double the GDP of the island as a standalone project. We have a very close relationship with the island of Jamaica and the government, not only the host government but the political opposition as well. Everybody's very keen and supportive to see this well drilled, purely because of the economics, the potential upside and value. The size of the prize is huge for what is a reasonably low and minimum investment, and in fact, as a demonstration of the support of the government, they've kindly hosted us this evening for this evening's shareholder event, which we're very excited about.
Jamaica, the new oil capital of the Caribbean? Sounds impossible, right? But what if I told you that a $90 million oil deal is causing shockwaves across the region, with Trinidadians fuming and Jamaica quietly making some power moves? Could Jamaica be sitting on undiscovered oil wealth? And why is the government keeping certain details under wraps? Buckle up, because this deep dive will leave you questioning everything. Before we get into it, if you love content that keeps you informed and ahead of the game, hit that like button and subscribe. We're on a mission to 10,000 subscribers, and with your support, we're exposing the real stories behind the headlines. Now, let's get into it. Did Jamaica find oil? The truth versus speculation. Social media has been buzzing with speculation. Jamaica has finally struck oil. But is there any truth to it? According to Energy Minister Darrell Vaz, the rumors are absolutely fake news.
As Minister, I can categorically state that there's no such thing. It is absolutely fake news. I, as Minister, would be the first one to be excited to share any such good news if and when that happens. So until such time as you hear from me, while I'm Minister, disregard all information in relation to Jamaica's discovery of oil. It is just simply untrue. Lie.
But here's where things get interesting. Jamaica's offshore territory is a massive 22,400 square kilometers, and experts have identified numerous promising prospects. The exploration company, United Oil and Gas plc, is conducting piston core sampling, a method that detects oil residues before full drilling begins. Translation? The hunt isn't over, and the government just might be playing their cards close to the chest. Are they waiting for the perfect moment to make a historic announcement? Drop a comment below. What do you think? The $90 million deal. Jamaica is exporting fuel to Trinidad? Now, here's where things get really interesting. Jamaica, a country that historically imports oil, just inked a $90 million deal to export nearly 1 million barrels of refined fuel to Trinidad and Tobago. The same Trinidad that was once the undisputed oil king of the Caribbean is now turning to Jamaica for fuel. But how did this happen?
More than 2,000 employees are about to be laid off at Trinidad and Tobago's state oil company Petrotrin. The government announced it is shutting down the oil refinery because it is no longer profitable. The company does not produce enough oil to finance refinery operations. Petrotrin owes $3 billion and would require $25 billion just to stay open.
You cannot have a commercial enterprise operate at a loss indefinitely. No, definitely not. Don't even think of it being sold, because there's no plan to sell it, and don't think of it being sold. Let me tell you, the reason that it is being shut down is because it is not economic to run it.
According to Petrojam, this deal is a game changer, boosting foreign exchange earnings and cementing Jamaica's role as a regional energy hub. But not everyone is celebrating. Why Trinidadians are upset? Trinidadians are not happy about this. The deal has sparked heated debates, with critics questioning how their once dominant oil industry ended up relying on Jamaica. Some blame mismanagement of Petrotrin, Trinidad's former state-owned refinery, which was shut down in 2018 due to financial struggles. Others see this as a strategic failure, letting Jamaica swoop in and capitalize on a missed opportunity.
Via a media release dated February 2nd, Paria Fuel Trading Company indicated it is expanding its bunkering services as a means of earning foreign exchange. Paria acknowledged that it entered into a 6-month contract with PetroJam for the purchase of very low sulfur fuel oil. The maximum total volume of 540,000 barrels is estimated to cost $50.2 million. Paria indicated it received the inaugural shipment of approximately 50,000 barrels from PetroJam on February 1st.
None of this 500,000 barrels is for domestic. It is being used in our bunkering operations. We're purchasing it. It is marine fuel that is then being sold to vessels that come into Trinidad's waters at a profit. So it is a net foreign exchange earner. And a fraction, 500,000 barrels compared to 17 million that Paria purchases a year. So this is complete mischief. It changes nothing in a negative manner for Trinidad and Tobago.
Minister Young said the transaction between Paria and PetroJam is a result of 2 years of negotiations to promote bilateral relations between Trinidad and Tobago and Jamaica.
Despite what bloggers may try to spin on it, and despite what others may try to spin on it, and it is a small part of Paria's operations that also sends strong signals in the promotion of CARICOM. So Trinidad and Tobago, that is what this transaction is about. That is what this deal is about. And we will always try to find ways to assist our CARICOM neighbors.
Trinidad's government insists that this move is strictly for bunkering operations, fueling international ships, not for local consumption. But the damage is already done. Jamaica just pulled off a major power move, Jamaica's master plan. And Jamaica isn't stopping there. The government is playing an even bigger game, tapping into the most lucrative oil boom in the Caribbean, Guyana. With 11.6 billion barrels of oil reserves, Guyana is drowning in black gold.
Past few months, Venezuela has been threatening to annex Essequibo, a sparsely populated bit of jungle that's internationally recognized as being part of Guyana, Venezuela's smaller southern neighbor. Now, Venezuela has always claimed Essequibo, but it only started asserting its claim after absurd amounts of oil were found off the Guyanese coast in the late 2010s.
After the discovery of massive offshore oil fields, the small South American nation is now positioned to become one of the world's wealthiest.
But there's one major problem. Its main port in Georgetown is too shallow for the massive oil cargo ships. That's where Jamaica comes in. Jamaica is positioning itself as the logistical gateway for Guyana's oil exports. Kingston's port has the capacity to handle the big shipments that Guyana can't. That means billions of dollars in oil trade could soon be flowing through Jamaica's economy. The government is already making moves, securing investment, passing new legislation, and ensuring that Jamaica gets a piece of the action. What this means for Jamaica's geopolitical rise. So, what does this all mean? Simply put, Jamaica is making power moves like never before. The $90 million oil deal is just the beginning. Jamaica is stepping into an industry long dominated by Trinidad, and with its strategic positioning in Guyana's oil logistics, the country is carving out a new role as a Caribbean trade powerhouse. While some critics may argue that Jamaica hasn't officially struck oil, that might not even matter. The country is already reaping the benefits of the global energy trade, without even needing its own reserves. But the big question remains: is Jamaica secretly sitting on untapped oil wealth? And could we see an announcement that changes everything? This is one of the most game-changing moments in Jamaica's history, and we need your take. Is the government keeping oil discoveries under wraps? Will Jamaica dominate the region's energy sector in the coming years? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's start the discussion. And before you go, make sure to hit that subscribe button. We're building a movement of thinkers, leaders, and proud Jamaicans who want to see the country rise to new heights. Let's smash 10,000 subscribers and keep these conversations going. More explosive stories are coming, so stay locked in.
Broken by the Jamaicans, 42.59.